Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at three of the smallest tactical flashlights that I own. I've got the Workhorse FC12, Nitecore MH12SE, and the AceBeam Defender P16. So in terms of what's included, all of these lights come with everything you need. You get the battery, you get the charging cable, you get lanyards, you get the clips on all of these lights as well. You also get some instructions. Okay, design and build quality. As you can see here, the Workhorse FC12 and the MH12SE have a more of a shiny anodization, whereas the AceBeam has a matte black anodization. In terms of the machining, you can see there's more going on here with these two lights. There's more cutouts and that type of thing, whereas on the AceBeam P16, it has more of a simplistic profile down the back. The knurling is nice and fine. You do have some cutouts and a bit of detailing here. You also get this nice crenulated bezel up on the top there. It's made of stainless steel for glass breaking. But in terms of construction quality, the MH12SE and the P16 really outshine the FC12. The FC12 is considered more of a budget tactical flashlight, but I tell you what, it performs really well for its price point. These lights can't really be disassembled. For example, you can only take the tail caps off these three and take out the battery extension tubes for these two here. Okay, if you get into any of the head and things like that of the flashlight, you're going to avoid the warranty, so I wouldn't recommend doing that unless you really know what you're doing. In terms of batteries, all of them take 18650 cells, but the AceBeam and Nitecore take also CR123 and RCR123 cells. So in terms of batteries, all three of these flashlights are able to take an 18650 cell. The MH12SE also supports a 21700 cell. And look at that, the battery tubes don't even look that different between the three. That's what I love about the MH12SE. It's so versatile. These two also take CR123 cells as well as RCR123 cells. So if you do run out of those other batteries on the road or something like that, you're not left struggling if you do have some of those primaries available. All are quite similar in size, except for the P16 that has more of a larger head out in the front, and that's actually the one that throws the furthest out of all of these flashlights. But I tell you, the MH12SE gets very, very close and quite impressive considering how small it is. So let's have a look at the LEDs and just underneath the hood a little bit. You can't really see with the P16, okay, but they all take the SFT. They'll have an SFT40 underneath the hood. Okay, this one is a TIR flashlight. Okay, so it's got a special TIR lens on there with a bit of glass on the front, anti-reflective glass. And here you've got both the Nitecore and the FC12. You can see there they have quite deep reflectors, but the Nitecore MH12SE has a slightly wider in diameter reflector. Okay, so that probably contributes to the additional throw, but they've really done something to optimize this because it throws over 400 meters, which is just incredible considering it's almost the same size as the FC12. There's some differences with the UI as well. So with the Nitecore and the P16, there's actually two modes you can switch from. So from basic tactical mode into daily mode as well. The P16 also has two buttons on the back. So you've got this button here and you've also got that one. So you can actually program that to be different brightnesses, or you can have it just on strobe and tactical mode. And then that one there also for tactical turbo mode, or you can program that for other lower modes as well. You've got this one here, the MH12SE, and you've got this button on the back which you can access turbo, also programmable. So in the daily mode, you can switch it to any other mode that you want, like a lower mode, and have access to it from that back switch. But there is no secondary button, so if you want to access strobe from that back button, you've got to program that in, and that's possible as well. Cool thing about the MH12SE is that you can actually check the battery voltage as well by pressing that button and then clicking the end button, and it just flashes out the voltage there, which is pretty cool in my opinion. So with the FC12, you basically just click to turn the flashlight on. You can click just halfway to access momentary mode. And this button here on the side just allows you to ramp the light up and down. Triple click to access strobe. So that's about it. Simple overview of the UIs. In terms of total output, these two lights are rated at 1800 lumens, and I believe the FC12 is rated at 2000 lumens, but I don't think it gets to that 2000 lumens for sure, because if I compare the brightness, the output of these two compared to the FC12, these are definitely brighter on camera and also in person. Doing ceiling bounce tests. Beam profiles of all three, very throwy, so it's more of a long distance type of beam profile. But the great thing with the SFT40 LED is that it's so bright that it produces significant spill. So if you need it as a walking light, granted you use it on some of the lower modes, as the candela is so high, you're going to be able to get decent flood as well. In terms of portability and practicality, all these flashlights are pocketable in just your jeans pocket very easily. I mean, these two are going to feel more comfortable than the P16, obviously, because the head is smaller. But, I mean, outstanding performance for such small flashlights. So let's cut to the beam shots. Alright guys, I've got three of my favorite pocketable tactical flashlights, and commonality between all of them, all got the SFT40, got the AceBeam P16, got the Nitecore MH12SE, and I've got the Workhorse FC12. So let's start off with the P16 to the left, okay? And then on the right here, we have got the MH12SE, okay? P16 throws a bit further, as you can see. But they both produce kind of similar beam patterns. I mean, despite having a TIR lens on the left with the P16, okay? Let's add the FC12 in the mix here. The FC12 throws the least out of all of them. Okay, it's also the least expensive. The beam shot is the hotspot is also a little bit smaller than the other two, and you can see it just already starting to ramp down a little bit. Okay, compared to the others, but that's pretty much all three of them side by side. And if you're looking to get a pocketable tactical flashlight that's got decent throw, I mean, any of these will do the job. But the P16 and the MH12SE, as you can see, they are holding their brightness a lot longer. And when they step down, it's not as aggressively. But I mean, if you have a look, even these two to the right, they're starting to almost approximate each other. But the MH12SE is still noticeably brighter now that it's stepped down. You can still see that tree there in the background illuminated compared to the FC12. The FC12 really steps down quite hard, and there's no proper regulation on it as well. So now you can actually see the P16 really starting to ramp down as well. Okay, one more time, we'll have them all on again. P16, MH12, and Workhorse FC12. Okay.